All right, Trav. So there are top 30 visits going on.
Okay.
And the Patriots list is interesting.
All right.
So a guy on their list, a wide receiver, Jalen Noel out of Iowa State. I've told you all about him, right?
Yes.
If he gets drafted, I'm not big on buying jerseys because a player could get traded any moment. If he gets drafted, I'll get a Jalen Noel Iowa State jersey.
You're all in?
I'll do that.
All right.
Oh, dude, I love his game.
All right.
But on top of Jalen Noel, the wide receivers that are making top 30 visits, Kyle Williams out of Washington State. Mm-hmm. Here's a name, Keandre Lambert-Smith. Not on many people's radars. Watched him at Auburn, but I was like, is that a guy the Pats would be interested? We'll talk about him. On the edge, Abdul Carter, Nick Scorton, Mykel Williams, Shamar Stewart. So I want to start with Keandre Lambert-Smith.
Okay.
6'1", 190 pounds, sub 440, ran a 4.37, 153 10-yard split, which is really good. That's 90th percentile in the 40, 74th percentile in the 10-yard split, 70th percentile in the broad. Fifth-year wide receiver. Final season at Penn State, 53 catches, 673 yards, 4 touchdowns. His lone season at Auburn, 50 catches, 981 yards, 8 touchdowns.
Which there is money because they run the ball down your face.
19 yards plus a catch.
Yep.
I like Keandre Lambert-Smith as a developmental prospect. Really good straight line speed. He's consistent off the line of scrimmage, and he's a good deep ball tracker. When I say consistent off the line of scrimmage, it's his first step. It's his acceleration.
Yep.
And this is a guy that dealt with a lot of drops when he was at Penn State, cleaned that up where the percentage has died down in Auburn. But over the middle could be a body catcher. You got to have strong hands over the middle in the NFL. And he has a limited route tree where it's fly, digs, comeback.
Right.
But again, this is a guy we could see 5th, 6th round. And this is a guy with his speed and what he is as a deep ball receiver. And that big body, 6'1". Every offense wants it. You need that wide receiver that is straight line speed, stretches a field, and keeps a secondary honest, especially with a good deep ball quarterback like Drake May.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you can only take what the draft provides you. So I watched this kid at Auburn. I bet a lot of Auburn games. I don't particularly think that he jumped out to me there. Penn State either. I think he's just a guy. But if we're being honest, where you're talking about drafting him, it is good value, and I do understand it. And even though I give you a hard time for being GM George, because I look at the high end of guys like a McMillan or somebody, I do at least recognize, the value in which if you're taking this guy in the 4th, 5th, I don't think he gets to 6th, but if you're taking him 3, 4, or 5, then I do understand it. Again, he just feels a lot like what you already have around here. He doesn't do any one thing particularly well. The speed is good. The straight line speed, as you said, what are you running, 4.37?
Yep.
But he's not a burner.
No.
He's limited route tree wise. He's got decent hands. In
the 5th and 6th round, that's going to be the guys that you develop.
That's what I'm saying. And you can only take what the draft provides you. But I would be fine if they took him. I just don't feel like I'm throwing any parties for it. I'm not popping champagne for it.
Low floor, high ceiling.
Yes.
He's noisy at the top of his routes with his release. It's a lot of like this, that, bro. Mm-hmm. When you're in the NFL, you got to make a move, head fake, foot in the ground, go. Yep. Wherever you want to do, change direction.
Yep.
If you break down every time and it would get noisy and you'd cut inside on a dig, that's fine. But when you have a tell like that and a corner can read your route as easily as that because of what you do at the top of your route to try to get separation, they're going to be jumping that route. They're going to be picking off the ball. And that's why no interceptions are the same.
Yep.
But Keandre Lambert-Smith, that pick, let's say 180, I would take that.
It's good value.
Because what the role would be and the project he would be, it's a Tyquan Thornton, but he's not pick 53.
Right.
He's pick 180.
Right.
Again, there was a tone-deaf GM running those drafts. Kyle Williams.
You like him?
Stephon Diggs-esque, and I'll explain that. 5'11", 190, 4.40, 155, 10-yard split, all good numbers. Right. Started his career at UNLV, transferred to Washington State, was a COVID freshman, so had 5 years of eligibility. He's technically a true senior. He's a COVID senior. Final season with Washington State, 70 catches, almost 1,200 yards, 14 touchdowns, 4th in the nation in touchdown grabs.
Okay.
He reminds me of Stephon Diggs as far as his frame, his speed, his build, and their testing numbers in the combine were eerily similar as well. But he's not that savvy route runner like a Stephon Diggs is.
Right.
But he has a good release package, really quick feet. He is twitchy off the line of scrimmage. And his acceleration is smart because he knows how to stack defenders. Mm-hmm. Because he's a guy that his third, fourth, fifth gear all seems similar, and that's what keeps a cornerback guessing. But when he hits his sixth, he could do it in a split second, so he doesn't give away his route by going slower. You know he's going to break in.
Right.
No, it's the same speed every time, right? And that's something that means a lot. I think this is a guy that's going to be around third, fourth round pick. And the way he does remind me of Stephon Diggs, though, really smart against zone defenses, knows how to find the soft spot in coverage. And as much as he has been good down the field and he has the speed to be a burner, beat on the slot, he also just knows when he's reading a defense, if he's matching up with the zone, coverage guy did that right in front of my face in my spot, foot in the ground, turn around to the quarterback, give him that easy target. That's what Stephon Diggs does now. And that is the advantage of signing a Stephon Diggs, T, because that's a vet that gets around to Kyle Williams and go, okay, you're me now.
Yeah, you can teach him.
Let me help you out to be me where I can get really good route running underneath.
I hope that's the case because I'm not impressed with Kyle Williams. I got to be honest. I mean, look, Lambert Smith, in my mind, has a higher ceiling than this kid.
Kyle Williams much higher floor, though, and that's what this offense does need.
He feels like depth. He feels like he doesn't move the needle for me. Now, you make a good point. If he's a Diggs clone or a poor man's Diggs and you have Diggs now at this advanced age, that could be something there. Maybe he can help maximize whatever you do have with him. But again, none of these guys, I'm telling you, I just feel like you're essentially adding what you already have. How is he any more dynamic than anything that's already on the roster? I don't think he is.
Better deep down the field than a Jalen Polk. Better deep down the field than a Pop Douglas. And we'll talk Pop in a second. We have a mailbag one I want to get to.
I saw that mailbag about Pop.
No, I like
that
Pop.
one was at you.
Because
it was at you. We'll get to it later.
Here's the thing with Kyle Williams. You'll see his alignment all the time. It's in the slot. And if he's the furthest wide receiver with his splits, it's still a tight formation where in general, again, you're going to see him lining up where a slot would be.
Right.
But if he could be a down-the-field receiver, in a way, too, I call him a Stephon Diggs light. He is eerily similar to a Tyler Lockett the same way. Now, Jalen Noel is a more athletic, bigger Tyler Lockett.
Right.
But in the way of Tyler Lockett, you're going to see him in the slot, but could help down the field.
Yeah.
You don't have that speed from Jalen Polk. And the first two guys have speed. This wide receiver room doesn't have that. Maybe in Javon Baker, but he's still such a big project.
Right.
You have it in Pop Douglas, but it's short area quickness. It's not down the field.
It's not, right.
And that's what a Kyle Williams can give him.
Stretch the defense.
Jalen Noel, you guys know where I stand with him. 80 catches, almost 1,200 yards, 8 touchdowns his senior season at Iowa State, playing with the Jaden Higgins.
You love his teammate more.
I love them both. Okay. I really do love them equally. I will not put one over the other.
I don't know, bro. You talked about Jaden Higgins.
They could draft both, and I would love it. I'm not joshing with you at all.
Okay.
But the edge, everyone knows Abdul Carter. Freak. He could be Michael Parsons. Nick Scorton, similar frame and build to a Keon White. More refined of a pass rusher.
Yeah.
Has a lot of counter moves, which is important. He's not that athletic freak. His first step isn't insane, but that's what you get. You get the guys like an Abdul Carter who's an athletic freak, but he has a deep bag, so I'm not going to say that. The guys that can't rely on athleticism, like a Shamar Stewart, who does, they're more technically refined, like our boy Donovan Ezra-Rockwell. Michael Williams, 6'5", 260 out of Georgia, long wingspan, massive arms, knows how to get his hands on you first. Heavy hands to control blockers. He feels more like a 3-4 defensive end than a 4-2-5 wide 9 scheme. He'd be really good in the run defense. You could obviously refine him to be a better pass rusher. Then there's Shamar Stewart. Traits. 6'5", 270, 34+ inch arms, 91 percentile wingspan, 94 percentile 40, 99 percentile in broad and vertical jump. His speed to power is effortless. His arms are so long. And at 6'5", 270, he's so strong that he's in your face in a second because his first step is so elite. His hands are on you because he gets you so quick and he's already in your area and he can just push you off of him and he's going to beat you. Doesn't translate to sacks, but he gets to the quarterback and he creates pressures, and that's really important in football.
I'm going to go back to Jalen Noel for a second. 5'10", 195, fast as all get out. But Jaden Higgins, 6'4", 215, I'll take that big body.
Not as quick.
Not as quick.
In different areas to serve. Hey, Jaden Higgins, bigger, stronger.
More athletic.
Jacoby Myers. So definitely help.